Good afternoon from Ban Suan, yeah, Udon Thani, Thailand. That foreign bloke, Dave. Yeah. I thought I'd just do a little bit of a live stream because I've got no energy to do anything else. Basically, I've had 2 days of absolutely feeling like beat. Um, Friday night felt fine. I'd had a good week. Been quite busy and um, was looking forward to the weekend. And then I woke up in the night on Friday night, and yeah, I woke up in the night on Friday night, and firstly I needed the toilet, so I went to the toilet, no problem. Felt wasn't quite as normal, but all right. Went back to bed about 10 minutes later. Oh, pain in my stomach, pain, pain, pain. Went into the toilet again, and let loose completely. After that, it was up and down to the toilet. I don't know how many times, and started to really feel pretty, pretty rough. But I got up and I went down and had a cup of tea, and Joe was making breakfast. But I says, no, I don't want any breakfast. I don't feel well. I'm going to go back to bed. So I went back to bed, and I slept on and off, lay in bed, feeling unwell. Run into the toilet a few times until about 2 p.m. And oh, I was so thirsty and dry, and I didn't have any cold water, and I like ice cold water. I don't drink water if it's not iced cold water. So Joe was downstairs doing in the garden and fixing the dogs and doing. So I rang and I said, "Oh, Dan, can you bring me some cold water because I just feel so rough." So she came up with a glass of ice water. I drank two little sips, nothing like that, basically. And suddenly, run to the toilet, throw up, throw up. And then from then on, I was the one or the other until there was nothing left, but I was still throwing up, even though there was nothing left. I took a tablet to stop the diarrhea. That worked fairly quickly. I went a couple more times and then that stopped. But the throwing up thing just carried on, and it was so unpleasant because there was nothing to bring up. It was just dry and it was like burning my throat. And it was basically the only thing left was stomach acid. Anyway, I felt like death warmed up all day yesterday, all night. My head was pounding. I don't know how many paracetamols I took. And today I woke up. Well, I woke up a few times in the night. I took paracetamol. I went to the toilet. Felt like I was going to be sick, but I wasn't. And then, luckily for me, when I actually woke up at like sort of getting up time, as I would normally get up about 8 o'clock or 7, 8 o'clock, I did feel a hell of a difference. And I felt much better today, and I got something to eat. But I have absolutely no energy. I weighed myself this morning. I think approximately 3.5 kilos in 2 days, which is mostly just body fluid, obviously. But you can imagine that kind of knocks the stuffing out of you or whatever. So today we're on the farm. I'm just chilling out. I potted about a bit, but as I say, no energy for anything. I was gonna edit a video which I plan to publish on Wednesday, as usual. But I thought I'd leave it because it's too much sitting and staring at the computer screen. I have enough problem with that as it is anyway because of prior medical conditions. So that will come sooner or later. I have we did actually manage to get to the Tung Sin Muang festival, and I did film quite a bit. I was, however, very disappointed with the quality of the footage from my new camera. The quality of the footage wasn't very good, and because it was so noisy, there's such a lot of loud music everywhere. I mean, Thailand is always loud and noisy. Because of that, the sound is very distorted. But we did get there, and it was a bit. I mean, we've been many times over the years. I think when I first started going there, I used to think it was quite fun, but to be honest, it's nothing. The youngsters like it. I mean, there's a lot of Tivoli funfair and all that. There's some market stalls, well, mostly selling cheap rubbish and whatnot. But it's all right. But it's good to see. We had a look at some furniture and things, the wooden furniture. There's always a lot of plant sellers on the outside, which we haven't been to see, but they're usually there afterwards, a couple of weeks afterwards, so we might go down there in the week. Yeah, and we had a few snacks and whatever, but not the thing that it might have once been for us nowadays, at our age. But it was all right. We also had another trip to Duhome, which, wow, surprise, surprise. Duhome is where we always end up, because we buy a lot of stuff, obviously, for the farm, but we got interrupted by a reminder on my phone. We also have quite a few jobs to do at the house. So we went to Duhome, and we ended up having a look at a new fridge freezer, and that may well be in the video. I might do a sort of a summary of the week video rather than just, hey, we went to Tung Sin Muang, do a Tung Sin Muang video. Duhome, we had a look at fridge freezers. Now, why do we look at fridge freezers? Well, the reason is that I have a bit of a problem with our fridge freezer. It's a typical Thai fridge freezer, which is that the fridge is on the bottom and the freezer is on the top, as opposed to the European ones where it's the other way around. Now, that's probably because Europeans are taller. I don't know. But I find it very difficult getting down. And I also, because, as I said, prior medical conditions, I get very dizzy when I bend down, up and down. So I wanted the fridge freezer for the fridge at the top, like we have in Sweden, for example. And we had a bit of a look at them. So we were there quite a long time looking at fridge freezers. And I mean, you could go and Duhome and be there all day if you wanted to walk around and look at all this stuff. They've got a massive selection of fridges and freezers, a massive selection of furniture, a massive selection of home electronics. I mean, they sell absolutely everything there, and it's probably the biggest building in Udon Thani. If you actually look at Google Maps and you look at the satellite, you can't miss it because it's just it's to the north of the city, and it's just the biggest single building that you can see. So you would be able to pick it out without even knowing much about it. But they sell absolutely everything. So we went there the other day as well. We were there quite a long time. We looked at all these things, and we spent some money buying various things. I've got to change a tap in the kitchen when I feel more inclined. We bought a new tap for the kitchen. To be honest with you, I can't remember what else we bought, but we bought quite a lot of stuff. So Duhome, another exciting video about Duhome. Not a video about Duhome, but you can see some clips from there. Otherwise, it's been quite quiet, really. Work. Managed to work all week without any problems this week for once. Obviously, I do some work at home. Not home. I do some work in the mornings, and then I always work 2 till 6, which is 8 till 12 in Sweden at this time of year. um, and managed to get through the week without any problems, because I found it quite challenging at times, sitting in front of a computer or long lengths of time working. But and apart from that, not a lot has happened. Um, this coming week will be basically the last working week for me, and then we will be pretty much closed for Christmas. Now, my colleague may or may not work a little bit in between, but I'm planning to be off for a couple of weeks then, from Christmas to through to after the New Year, which will be good. Hello, Colin. Nice to see you. Yeah, apart from that, pretty quiet. We've been on the farm. Joe's planting trees again. We seem to do nothing but plant trees. Some survive, some die. Then we need to plant some more. So it seems to be a never-ending story, really. But this morning we stopped off on. Oh, that's another thing I might show you in my weekly roundup, which I think this coming video will be. We stopped off to buy some more trees. One that's called McFly in Isan. We were going to buy some more coconuts. We had one coconut at home which we brought and Giles planted this morning. With quite a few coconuts along this side of the pond, but coconuts are like other trees. They seem to be a bit hit and miss. We plant 3, one will be great, one will be so-so, and one will die. And then the next 3 will be the same. So you end up with sort of, a good one, and not so good one, nothing, then another nothing, then a good one, then a not so good one, and so on. So she pulled up one that was looking pretty rough, and replanted a new one there. So hopefully that one will do better than the one before it. But that seems to be, as I say, the general thing here. It's very difficult. The amount of trees you plant, the amount that actually make it. I would say that it's probably only about 30 or 40%, really. So we end up planting an awful lot and have to keep filling in the gaps where the trees that don't make it have died. But the ones that do make it are coming on really well. So by the time we've built our house here, the whole surroundings will be matured, and it will be really nice. So looking forward to that. And it's so quiet and peaceful here. So the sooner we can get that done, the better. But it's not going to be for a couple of years. But it's so peaceful and quiet compared to at home in town. So anyway, I think that's about it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll have a video out on Wednesday as per usual. Thanks a lot. Bye.